Contract Deferred, getting paid until the day I die. Money coming in, but not one at bat, not one pitch, and not one strike. Being deferred is where it's at. Deferred.
Hey, everybody, and good evening. Welcome to this week's edition of Podcast Named Deferred. I am your host, Seven. If you prefer to listen on the go, grab us the next day on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. We are proud members of the Wire to Wire Sports Network, so hit that follow button on Facebook, subscribe to the network, and smash the chat with questions tonight. We are answering them live at the end of the show. We have a great night tonight, but we have a great night tonight planned out. We will be talking about some umpires retiring after the year, some teams that might need to be worried, some teams that had a great month of June, all-star rosters, and I'm going to hit these guys with some rapid-fire questions. Before I bring in my co-host tonight, it was announced earlier today that Justin Verlander will be retiring after the season. This did come out after tonight's show was planned, so we probably won't get to it unless there is some time at the end during fan questions, so expect it next week. Yeah, it's a little late, but Verlander took the Drew Brees retirement plan, retiring about 3 years after his arm did. So one more week isn't going to hurt us. Now, I do want to get things moving forward here and bring in my first co-host. He is my babysitter. He is the most interesting man to ever cover a baseball game, doing so for the A's and Giants for a number of years back when they were both good teams. It's Craig Newton, everybody.
That was a long time ago, man.
Yeah, a long time ago. I wish the Giants were good again. Back when Mad Bum was a pitcher, it was a good time. And of course, he supports the Yankees, so I do encourage booing him. I do, and he's one of my longtime friends. This is Dan Warner.
How's it going, fellas? Has been a while since the Giants have done anything, huh?
Yes, it has.
Yeah, well, what's up, Brandon? Part of the host of Sports Nuts. I'm going to be on with them this Friday, 7:35 p.m. Eastern on the Sports Nuts Network. Those are a great group of guys that we're going to be getting to know a lot more soon. Can't wait to see him on Friday. Ando, what's up, buddy? Ando, I think we're gonna have Ando next week. I had some ideas on some stuff I want him to do, so we may have him back with us for a spot next week. Now, as we get started tonight, I have some happy news. It was announced this weekend that 7 umpires will be taking contract buyouts and retiring at the end of the season. Given who these umpires are, I'm sure performance is definitely a contributing factor to why they were selected. We have the umpires that will be retiring: C.B. Buckner, Laz Diaz, Brian O'Nara, Lance Barksdale, Marvin Hudson, Tony Randazzo, and Andy Fletcher are now officially on their farewell tours.
And Angel's already done, right?
Yeah, and Angel's already done. So now let's go ahead and pause for a round of applause for the end of their reign.
Yeah. Or a moment of silence for bad calls.
With 7 spots opening up, Jen Powell, the first woman to umpire an MLB game, could be in line for a full-time gig. Her minor league tracking is historic, but her major league consistency has left a lot to be desired. So here's the dilemma, boys. Do you call her up for the good PR, knowing she still needs to develop, or do you keep her down for performance sake and brace for the inevitable pushback? Craig, what do you see? What do you think?
Such an important question. I'm going to read off of my notes. If I was Jen Powell, I want to be promoted because of my ability and game calling, not because of my sex. I want to earn my place, not have it handed to me as a PR gimmick. I'm willing to wait to be deemed ready with my ability in all facets of umpiring. I think she will handle it, and there will be little to no blowback because of the way she handles it. She'll diffuse any negativity when asked the question. I think this will go over very nicely, and she'll be up very soon. So, but I think if I'm her, I want to earn it. I don't want to be just handed to. I want to earn that puppy. So I think she's gonna be fine with waiting and getting better.
Dan, what do you think, buddy?
Yeah, I agree with Craig 100%. They should she should have to earn the spot. I mean, obviously, just like the males that are above her in the positions, if she does, if she calls the game correctly, then that'd be great. Like nobody's going to mess with you either. As far as like, I'm sure the number one concern here is obviously the automatic dismissal of this is all males who are going to be arguing with her, correct? So there's going to be automatic dismissal on a lot of those, like, you know what I'm saying? Like those immediate, like when you defer something to her, it's going to be immediate with a lot of these guys that they're going to discount her ability off the bat, right? So as long as she executes and calls correct balls and strikes, then there won't be anything for anybody to argue about. You know what I'm saying? Like it will have to be on merit, or that league will eat her alive. They will literally just they'll get her to want to quit above doing what, you know what I'm saying? So like she has to earn it by making correct calls, or Major League Baseball and the managers around it, especially give her Aaron Boone. He will eat her alive if she is not confident in every single thing that she is doing. Aaron Boone is, he's as with a lot of these guys. So like she's going to have to earn it, or she's going to want to quit because they'll make her want to quit.
I can't disagree with either of you. And that's the thing for me. Like I have no issue with Jen Powell umpiring games as long as she does it the right way. And to think that she deserves the opportunity and to have a different consideration and not be held to the same standard that a male umpire would be, then is discrimination. You're literally going backwards, not forwards with that. And it devalues the others that want to be able to follow after her. So when you put her through just to put her through, you're devaluing the circumstance. And like for me, the really big thing here is my research. When I was looking up this subject, I was thinking about it last night and how to approach it. There are 76 currently in today's game, 76 active umpires in Major League Baseball. That's enough to cover full sets in each of the 15 games, the replay center, and everything else. 76 active umpires. If she is one of those top 76 umpires in all of professional baseball, from the minors all the way up through the pros, she absolutely deserves a job. And I will die on that hill, and I'm sure all of you guys would as well. But if we're ranking all of those and she's not in the top 76, sorry, bro. Get better.
Yeah.
You'll get a chance.
I mean,
like, she's still going to get called up to do like vacations and injuries and stuff. That's what she does now. And it's getting her more experience.
Right. But she's like an alternate.
Right. She's an alternate at this point. So she's high enough in the ranking for that.
And so correct me if I'm wrong, you could actually argue that it's just as bad as discrimination if you're skill discriminating if you put a woman or a person of color or whatever it's based on up there over the 76 top performers. You're doing something just as bad as discrimination, except for you're discriminating against skill. You're discriminating against how good they are at their job. right? Am I wrong about that?
Right. I mean, it's no different than if you put somebody in a position because they were white or because, whatever reason. Like there's no value to it. It's definitely it's discrimination, racism, whatever you want to call it. So she should get the job if she deserves the job, but if she doesn't deserve it, I don't want Major League Baseball putting her up there and devaluing the game and causing the same problems that we're fighting against right now with these guys. Because like somebody sent me a message when they saw this, that CB Buckner was going to be hanging up his vest, and I said he'll probably miss that call too, and it'll land on the floor. Like that was my first response to the news that CB Buckner was going to retire, and so to give her the job for a lesser result, like that's we're in the same boat.
But right now, these guys are still active, correct? CB Buckner's still inactive
through the end of the season. Through the end of the season,
Okay.
They're still here.
I'd be interested to look at their number of challenges and their challenges overturned compared to who got fired. And if it is the bottom 8 or whatever of those statistics, I'd be interested to see if that is the case, to see if a lot of these guys actually have performed terribly, and that's why they're getting booted on top of,
That's
contractually.
Well, I would assume that because, like, I know Barksdale does decently. Like every once in a while when he has to get interviewed with the media, he does pretty well. But I haven't seen a lot of bad games from him. Laz Diaz and CB Buckner, those are obviously the two that are unforgettable. So, like, for me, I know without having to look at numbers that CB and Laz are both problem children when it comes to challenges that are overturned and pitch accuracy calling.
You're absolutely correct. Laz Diaz, number 3 at 58.3% of his challenges have been overturned. So that's bad. Dan Iasonia, number 1, 62.5%. Number 2 is Lance Barrett. And these are all the guys that have missed the most. Like, so they've had the call challenged and it's been overturned. Manny Gonzalez at a 62.3%. I don't know if he's on that list, but like the top 3 guys are definitely on that list. Iasonia, Barrett, and Laz Diaz are definitely on that list.
Yeah. So I mean, that's where we're at. We're trimming the fat there and making room for better umpires. So I'm supportive of that. But if we remove bad and bring up bad or worse, we're not fixing the problem. We're just drawing a Sharpie on it, drawing a smiley face with a Sharpie on it, going, see? So, okay.
Right.
All right. Now we are roughly 1 week away from the All-Star game in Philly with the Futures game on Sunday. The Home Run Derby is on Monday and the All-Star game is on Tuesday the 14th. Before that, though, I have 3 teams here that have had a rough month in June, to the point I've seen this question asked more than once for each of these teams online or on Sports Talks in the last few days. For journalistic purposes, all the stats that I'm going to reference as we go through these questions and talk about these teams, these are all from ESPN.com because I'm too lazy to look at other resources. But the question is, we're going to each of these teams as we talk about, should the team be panicking? Dan, we're going to start with the New York Yankees. The Yankees have been without Judge since almost the beginning of June. Going into today, so this is not factoring in today's play, they are 4-11 in their last 15 with a minus 32 run differential, scoring 47 runs and allowing 79 in that last 15 games. They went 12 for 14 in June with a team batting average of 222 and ERA of 371. Yesterday, the Yanks became the first team to strike out 17 plus times while walking 2 or less times in 2 straight games since 1898. Dan, those are some brutal numbers. You're a resident Yankee fan. Is it time to panic yet?
The only really brutal stats out of all of those are the last 2 17 strikeout thing. That's pretty bad. But that's 2 games. I'm not there. No, it's not, absolutely not panic time. We don't have Aaron Judge, clearly, who is the, not only the best offensive player in our offense, he's the best offensive player basically that exists that hits right-handed. So there's, sorry about that. There's no time to panic. They're fine. Paul Goldschmidt's 0 for his last 31 at this point, from what I've seen. I don't know if he got a hit today. I haven't watched the game yet, but he was 0 for his last 31. So no, they went through a little bit of they're still in second place. They're still in good shape. 10 games over 500. There's absolutely no reason to panic. They're fine. They've obviously, they were going to have, without Judge especially, they were going to have a midseason, like every team does have a midseason little collapse there. And then what, they lost 8 in a row. I think they're 7 in a row, something like that. I don't like them getting beat by the Red Sox, but that's, neither here nor there as far as the standings go. So no, they're fine. If obviously if this keeps up, yes, we're gonna have to start with the panic button. But no, right now it's fine.
I was a big fan of what happened against the Red Sox, but I don't know. Maybe I just saw it from a different perspective.
Sure, yeah. It is all about perspective.
Craig, what do you think, man?
If the Yankees were to get a Hallmark greeting card, it would be titled "Uh-ohs and Oh-nos." The advantage the Yankees have right now is their record is still 50-41. They get off to a really good start. The key question is this temporary or is this not temporary? The trade line's got to help them. They need help. They better go get that help. And where the big oh-no is going to be is if this continues, say they go 8-17 or 9-21, they're DOA for October.
For me, it's clear that the Yankees are hobbling into the break. For me, how they come out of it is going to be very telling. Boston has really struggled this season, but are on the upswing. The Rays are forcing us to admit they're a legit team this year. The AL wildcard race is wide open at this point. So I don't think they fall out of that. I think it would take a lot for the Yankees to fall that far, especially with the way that they're racing. So I don't think that at all. But they need to get their act together coming out of the break to avoid a bigger problem. And there was a stat. I've started seeing it in my FYP page on Facebook. I've started getting a lot of the videos of the morning talk show hosts in the different cities where there's baseball teams. The guys that talk about the Giants in San Francisco every morning. Like, I brighten my day by listening to the panic attacks they have every morning on the radio talking about their baseball games. It's absolutely hilarious to me. And I started seeing some of the stuff on the Yankees. And obviously the Yankees are a Sox rival, but I respect the organization, I respect the history, I respect the respect. And one of the things that they were talking about, and this was a stat that I thought was staggering. So if you look at Anthony Volpe's career batting average since he got called up the first time,
I saw this.
I think I sent it to you, where he hit like 218 or something like that, and he is the only player ever to get as many games as he's gotten before
as many plate appearances. Yeah,
as many plate appearances as he's gotten before he just wasn't playing baseball anymore.
There's never been a player with a 285 on base percentage or less that's gotten 1,300 at bats to start a career and continued to get those at bats with a 285 on base percentage.
Yeah, so it was, the numbers were stupid, and that we've talked at length on this show about how Brian Cashman is a bigger problem for the Yankees organization than Aaron Boone, and I do believe that. Actually, I think Aaron Boone's a pretty good coach. I do believe that. I think it's weird to not see him arguing with umpires so much this year. Like the ABS kind of stole his thunder, but
he still barks the whole time.
He does too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
For me, it's Cashman has got to do something bold. I'm not just talking grab a short.
They need another piece. But you got to look at it though too. Judge is out, so our best offensive player, Max Fried, is out, our best starter, right? Like Garrett Cole's just coming back, so and Garrett Cole actually looks pretty good. He's not 2022 Garrett Cole, but I mean that is what it is,
right?
But he'll be definitely a serviceable starter that we could start like 3 or 4. Obviously Schlittler is still that's not a cuss word. Cam Schlittler is a stud. Is basically our ace at this point. But when Fried comes back, we'll have a nasty one right left. Our pitching is fine. Our bullpen has been shaky. Like Bednar has been a reason that we've been losing too. Like Bednar's been blowing some stuff. We don't have like a real consistent, just consistency is the issue in the bullpen, but it's not terrible. It's about middle of the road. But other than that, did you see the Giancarlo news? I I just read an article about Giancarlo. Apparently, the timeline on his return could literally just they said like he might not even play for the Yankees again because it's so bad. Like I thought he's going to be back again this year, but it's apparently not. This is pretty recent. 2 days ago. Yeah, they basically said that he won't be returning, which kind of that makes me sad. I like Giancarlo a lot. He can't run.
You know what? That makes sense though. I mean, if he can't run, you can't really. And that's just crazy to me because he is that I mean, he's an important part. As strange as it sounds, he's an important part of that offense. And so you kind of have to figure that part out because if you don't, you're going to be in a bad way real quick. And I actually got my graphics in. Thank you, Brett. I appreciate you, buddy. I had graphics. I had requested graphics for this. My buddy just got them to me. He's helping me out with this. But no, it's getting close, but I don't think it's quite there for panic time yet. The next team, I'm going to see if I can get this to come up real quick.
By the way, Ben Rice has been just as good this year. So, like, if it was Ben Rice, Aaron Judge, 2-3 in the order, like they're going to have it here in a second.
Yeah,
he's been more productive than Juan Soto was in 2024 when Juan Soto was when Juan Soto was 2 and Judge hit 3 or whatever. Ben Rice has actually been more productive than that. So, that's, and obviously we went to a World Series. So like, there's something to be said there.
There is definitely something to be said there. And that I want to see him come back. I want to see Goldschmidt figure it out because I believe that there's going to be a lot of value for the Yankees in bringing them up. Okay, so this isn't working. Oh wait, hold on.
Goldschmidt was raking for a second before he went on this 0 for 31. He's still hitting like 276. So he was hitting over 300 before that. He was looking like Arizona Paulie for a second. Dude, for real, he was smashing. And he's went into a. Apparently, he moves. He messes with his stance apparently, and that and that always puts him in a little bit of a slump. So I think he's fine. He's professional.
He'll be all right.
He's gonna be just fine. All right. Yeah, he's got some bad luck too.
All right, so this time for this next team, I was trying to get a graphic to come up here to make things a little bit more interesting, but it's not going to do what I wanted it to do. That's okay.
We were interesting enough.
We are interesting enough. The next team we're going to talk about the Atlanta Braves. They went 9-14 in June. Acuna Jr. is out again. He may be rehabbing later this week and be back with the team after the break, but the injury issues continue for him. Speaking of injuries, Spencer Strider and Martin Perez, 2 of their important starting pitchers, both down. That's their, I believe it's their 2 and their 3, because obviously your Sale's your 1, Strider's your 2. I think Martin Perez is their 3 when their rotation is whole. And there's no guarantee Strider comes back this season because the issues with his elbow, they're still not sure. Like they say one thing, I'm hearing other stuff from inside the Braves organization. Like it's kind of hard to say right now. So Craig, you have this one first. Should the Braves be panicking?
This is your captain speaking. The panic sign is now on. Yeah, panic big time. Listen, the injuries are piled up. The talking heads giving him an 8.5 to a 9 out of 10 for panic scale. Even if Acuna returns, what's he returning to? You know, it'll be too late. So, you know, thanks for coming. You know, enjoy your consolation prizes. Better luck next year.
Dan, what about you, man?
So Craig's qualifying of what the panic button is hitting, like his Giants have been in panic mode for what, 3 years now? You guys have been,
we're buried.
The panic button's been going off. Like
our panic button is a call button.
They all just come to work and it's just in the locker room the whole time. It's just ang.
We're beyond that, man.
Everybody comes to like
call button.
Everybody's like, is that on all the time? They're like, yeah, it's on all the time. Just, ang.
It's a call button. I've fallen. I can't get up.
Nobody's helping you up. Everyone just comes to work and help themselves up every day. No,
Yep.
No, I think the Braves are all right. They're obviously you got the talented Miami Marlins right on their tail, but no, I'm kidding. Get out of here. Get out of here with your Marlins. Get out of here with your Marlins. They're never going to be anything. The Marlins. They never were. They never were. They're never going to be. No, I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, no, I don't think it's not panic time for they're fine. Like, yeah, Acuna, you know, he looks like a road sign when he plays. Yeah, he does. But yeah, his it's a lot of neon green. Maybe he needs to stop the neon green and get him off the injury report. Tony, I asked Perplexity to write me some jokes about the Braves. I'm just gonna read you guys one. Hang on. Acuna's rehab timeline has more plot twists than a soap opera. Perplexity. Hang on. Strider's elbow is getting treated like it's made of vintage porcelain. Perplexity.
Get your money back.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
The Braves training room is so crowded it should qualify for postseason attendance.
Oh,
that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
All right. You guys get to keep that one. Okay. All right. So this wasn't on the rundown, but I wanted to talk about this real quick, and we could just keep this one. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me just a second. Let me say what I was going to say about the Braves, and we'll go through one other that I forgot to put real quick. The Phillies have taken over their division as far as momentum is concerned, despite having an abysmal start and firing their manager. The Braves seem to be fighting the injury bug again. This was supposed to be the rebound year, but they are again limping into the break. The Braves GM, Alex Anthopoulos, needs to make a bold move here. Show the team, the fans, and the league that the team isn't going down without a fight. Show purpose, and I think we can see the team bounce back too. Get pissy about trade questions and drag your feet like you did last year, and the team will drag too. Alex, last year you drug your feet while saying you were working on a huge trade. This year, don't talk. Just act. I somehow have a feud with Alex Anthopoulos because of my questions last year about Chris Sale possibly being on the trade market. So you know what? This year, I'm not even going to be nice about it. Alex Anthopoulos, do your job. If you're a Braves fan, that's exactly what you should be asking.
That's
do your job.
Yeah.
Do what?
That's the Braves GM, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was actually my first appearance on the Sports Nuts last year. It was around this time, and they were asking me about trade ideas and stuff like that, and I talked about the fact that with where Chris Sale's contract was, it wouldn't be a bad idea for him to be on the market because there's a couple of teams that might be able to benefit from him if he's going to stay healthy. And they can get some pieces back to build up and have been better this year. One of the people that was watching that show was one of the morning radio hosts for one of the morning sports shows down in Atlanta, and they asked him about it the next morning.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah. So cool in that sense, and it kind of actually took off a little bit up the Eastern Seaboard. People talking about it. I guess I don't know. That's what I was said. But
it only takes one guy to have a stupid idea, Tony. It only takes one guy.
Man, I am all stated when it comes to stupid ideas. I was actually one of the top ranked in the state of Missouri for stupid ideas when I was in high school.
Really?
And that is a very high bar in that state. I will tell you, there is a lot of stupid ideas.
There's St. Joe. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So now I didn't get a chance to throw this in the rundown. So with this one, just quick thoughts from both of you on this. The Cleveland Guardians were the other team that I picked. They were 10-15 in June, 218 team batting average, 383 ERA. J-Ram's been out since mid-June and still unsure when he's going to be back. Probably won't be back until after the break. If you look at how the Guardians have fallen and the White Sox rose, real quick thoughts. Dan, you can have this one first. Should the Guardians be panicking?
Who cares? Who cares about the Cleveland Guardians? Who cares? The most I could put up with all of it. I could put up with all the J-Ram stuff. I like J-Ram. I like all that stuff. If they weren't such a bore, I just can't. They're just such a bore. No, they are kind of boring. Yeah, no, I think they're probably fine too. I mean, they play in the weakest division in baseball. To their advantage, and they've been you know what that's probably what it is for me. I'm discounting their success because I'm like, oh, AL Central must be real hard. Like, yeah, like what are we talking about? You guys are beating out the Royals. That's cool. And the Twins are always the best. Yeah. What are we talking about? Like they're in the weakest division in baseball, correct? I mean, that's we could probably have a decision.
Historically, yes. The White Sox. I don't think the White Sox are a joke this year. I'm starting to come around myself, but historically,
they got the Japanese hammer. They got the Japanese hammer.
Munetaka Murakami, man, that guy's can rake.
Is he Japanese though?
Yeah, he's Japanese.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Craig, what do you think, man?
In my defense, in my show prep, I wasn't told there was going to be a pop quiz regarding this team. So I have nothing beneficial to add to that question.
Okay, and I knew I had forgotten to put it in there. That's my fault. But I think it's an interesting thing because they definitely kind of fell from grace after looking really good. All right, Dan, you kind of brought him up earlier. You're gonna be real pissy about this. I know you are. Let's talk about a team that's been a huge surprise. The Miami Marlins were one of the best teams in June, going 20-6. The question was asked Monday night on Sports Report, but I want to let you guys chime in here. Dan, if the Marlins keep this up, they're a wild card team. Are they a dark horse candidate, or is this just fart in the wind?
I'm really just disappointed that the Marlins aren't just being the Marlins of every year, so that we can't steal, so that I can't steal Xavier Edwards from like I just want to pick from their team. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to be able to pick. Like, hey, we need a shortstop. Xavier Edwards would be a good shortstop for the Yankees. Like that's usually what it is. Yes, like a switch hitting with speed. Oh yeah, he's perfect fit, right? Yeah. So they're like all like, oh, we're gonna make a run at it, and they're not gonna trade anybody. So, it's that's kind of disappointing. But no, I don't. Until the Marlins show me anything, like, hey guys, I have an MLB 9 innings Marlins team. All right, so I'm on that train. But we're talking like from the early 2000s, guys. Like they're like the guys they have had that they have had to give up because they didn't want to pay them is amazing. Like it's their like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can load a lineup if you get different years, like the Marlins are a good, underrated team to have on MLB 9 innings anyway. But yeah, like none of my players are from this year. None of them from the last 10 years. I might have Xavier Edwards on my bench or something, but like it's Sandy Alcantara. Yeah, obviously. He's
there
a staple.
you go. Oh, yeah.
Right. But like other than that, I got like the D-Train, Dontrell Willis and Carl Pavano and guys that have been retired for 15 years. Like, yeah, like until Miami does anything like they did. Yeah, I'm not. Yes. Yeah. Stanton, what is it? 2017.
It's an early Stanton card. Yeah.
That was when he could still run. Yeah. He was on the old juice then too. I'm pretty sure he's a juice. Might have been a juicing, but
he was apple juicing for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Looked great. Great butt. best butt in Major League Baseball since we can't cuss. But yeah, no, he's that sucks. I'm just sad about Giancarlo, so I'll stop bringing him up. Anyway, former Miami Marlin, Giancarlo Stanton. But yeah, until the Marlins do anything like they did, they're gonna have to hit. They're just gonna have to hit lightning in a bottle. There's a lot of those teams like that. Like the Kansas City Royals are another one. Like they have to, 13 and 15 or whatever it was. 14 was they hit lightning in a bottle. They guys that they weren't gonna be able to pay, and then that team's gone. In 2017, that team's completely gone. I don't think there's anybody left. Was there?
Yeah, because it was 14 and 15. They went to the World Series in back-to-back years. They lost to San Francisco in 14. They lost to San Francisco in 14. Beat the Mets in 15.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
Okay.
That was like the Mets with like Cespedes.
Yeah,
Cespedes.
And
they kind of got an easy one there in the World Series. Sorry, Kansas City fans, you guys kind of got that Mets team wasn't.
Nobody was surprised by the outcome of that World Series,
right? Like that was
But yeah, Craig, what do you think?
Well, here's my chance to shake the Braves' coffin again and go neener. The good news is for the Marlins is the Braves are in their division. And that's the best news the Marlins have got. I mean, but also, I mean, they're above 500, and they definitely have got a shot. They definitely have got a shot. At a wild card as the East title. No, they got to climb over the Phillies and the Braves. I don't think it's going to happen. Even though the Braves will make it easy for them. Boom, boom. But no, I think they'll be happy with the wild card, which I think they're going to get.
All right. For me, I think the Marlins are doing well, but I don't think the Marlins organization wants to be a winning organization. Obviously, the firing of Kim Ng after they do make a wild card a few years ago, Derek Jeter leaving the organization because they don't want to actually be aggressive and make movement. I don't see them making noise. Wild card slot or not, they're not a threat to me. All right, so we're gonna do a quick fire round. I'm gonna ask a question. I want to answer from each of you with these questions. Just one sentence explanation. Not gonna dive too deep into this stuff. Just want to get your quick thoughts. Let's see here, and I'm just gonna go back and forth. I'll let me see. Craig, I'll let you go answer all these first. Daniel, go second. First one, Craig. Will the Tigers recover enough to justify keeping Skubal?
Yes.
Dan?
I think they'll probably recover enough, but they're not gonna keep him. You know what I'm saying? I think that they're probably I think Craig's probably right, but I don't think that means that they keep him even. He's not there long term. Guaranteed. He's not gonna Detroit's not gonna lock him up for one of the best pitchers in the league. Since when is the Tigers, Sorry,
okay,
go ahead.
You're good. I think Skubal's in a different uniform by the end of the season.
Yep.
Craig, will the Astros be able to recover enough to be a wild card team?
Oh, I hope not.
Dan?
I hope not. Yeah, we have the same answer. We're like, I mean, I want the Astros to always be in last place for the remainder of their existence as a franchise.
Yes.
They just need to go back to the like it was 1981. Just go back to the cellar, Houston.
All right.
Trash cans.
I don't think they're going to do anything personally. And all right, Craig. Well,
Jordan's playing out of his mind.
He is though. He's going to be on a different team in the next 6 weeks anyway.
Ooh, he looked good in pinstripes. So would Terry Skubal.
Craig, do the Angels trade Trout?
If they do, I hope it's the Giants, but I don't think they will. I mean, he's still, in spite of the injuries, he's still a very good player. He's great with the fans. He is the face of the Angels. There is none other. I mean, who's going to replace him? I think he stays with the Angels.
Dan?
It's kind of funny, Tony. I think I've noticed the unreasonable nature of Yankees fans by my own reaction to every name that comes out. I'm like, ooh, he looked nice, and I'm like, oh, because we just, that's what we'll do. We'll go out and get oh yeah, good, yeah. No other team gets to really, who else gets to do that other than the Dodgers? This, ooh, yeah, he looked good. We might get two of them. We might get two of them at the deadline. You do kind of get to do that.
Yeah,
I mean,
sometimes.
Well, not recently as of late, but yes, historically, yes.
Historically.
So it's yes, but yeah, no. Trout's dude. It's just, is Trout gonna ever is he an Angel because he wants to be, or is he just there because he goes, well, I'm the good guy that stayed with my team the whole time, right? The loyalty thing, hey, if I could cuss, Tony, there'd be one thing. F loyalty, Mike Trout. What are you doing? I'm not talking about loyalty in your everyday life. Obviously, he's a great guy. Whatever. He's probably stands on great principles. Yeah, just right. And Jared Weaver, Kyle, and Jared Weaver. It's him and Jared Weaver and Vlad of 2001.
Oh.
Those are the
Kyle's the host of the Passer Precision with Jory, who's also in the chat here. Jory, what's up? They great show to watch. Honestly, I enjoy getting the chance to watch them. I don't get to be in the chat as much as I want to because I'm usually doing stuff, but I like listening to what they have to say. And Kyle's a fellow Red Sox fan, so what he has to say matters because he's smart. And Kyle said, face of the Angels, Trout as a face of the Angels, just slightly beating out Anthony Rendon. I think Anthony Rendon could have beat him out if he actually tried. But I think that's kind of
you know who else is You know who else is smart, Tony? Japanese guys. And Mike Trout needs to follow what Shohei Ohtani did. That Japanese guy is smart. And get out. Go somewhere else. Like, just get out of that absolute that hole that you're in, bud. Because like it is where careers go to die. Like, just ask Anthony Rendon. All right, he's
Could you imagine?
Rendon loves the Angels. He's like, oh, you guys, wow. Like, I did not want to play anymore at all, and you guys were like, yeah, let's sign him to a long-term deal. Like, wow, gotcha.
Could you imagine that? Just what you said there just kind of tripped something in me, Dan. Could you imagine Trout gets traded and is to the Dodgers? So you're adding him into that that Dodger lineup. That's the only reason he agrees to the trade is because he doesn't have to move. He just has to drive to different route to work.
Tony, let's be honest. If we sat here and we're like, hey, what percentage wise, if we're betting guys, like, and we're going to bet on where he goes, we would be like, yeah, the Dodgers. Like, I don't know. If I have to take a best.
He's picking. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, that's, yeah. Like, and they'll just swallow his contract or defer it. Podcast name Deferred. Huh? Dun, 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 dun. No, they'll just defer his contract out. And then, yeah. He's back with Shohei, and then they can lose for 8 years too.
The sports media world would just implode. Like, there would be a nuclear bomb from every ESPN building, and it's just the heads of every sports writer exploding, reading the news that Mike Trout has been traded. Like, I'm pretty sure that Jeff Passan would be sitting there going, I'm going to destroy baseball with announcing this news. I'm going to destroy baseball with announcing this news. He's just going to be mortified when he sees that message come across his phone.
How funny too, Tony, would it be like if they just didn't give anything up? It was like Andy Pages straight up for Mike Trout. Like, it was like Andy Pages. They're like, Andy Pages in what? And they were like, nah, just Andy Pages. It was like, oh, that's what we're doing? Like, they play the same position. It makes sense. It's like, what are we talking about right now? It's what's the guy that plays second base for him? Oh God, or that guy, like the guy that plays second base. I can't remember. He's a switch it. Tommy Edmond. It's just Tommy Edmond for Mike Trout straight up. That's the whole, everyone's like, what's the rest of the trade? Like, what else did we get? It's like, no, just Tommy Edmond. That's it.
Oh, come on. The Dodgers will throw in Kike Hernandez.
Kike, yeah. I'd like to take this moment to apologize for absolutely nothing. Kike's the best, dude. Kike's the best. Kike's a good locker room guy.
He is. He is. All right, so this last question here on the rapid fire, we can spend a little more time at this. We're a little ahead of schedule. So the Cubs rebounded in June and now hold the top wild card slot for the National League. Obviously, I don't think anybody believes the Brewers are going to take that from them. Do they continue to grow into the playoff threat that they were predicted to be before the season, or is this kind of just a midseason surge that's going to fizzle out? Craig, what do you think?
I want to take this moment to pat myself on the back. As you recall, not too many months ago, when we sat down to discuss the predictions for the upcoming season, after Joyce and I had seen the Cubs in person in spring training, I was very high on the Cubs, and I'm still very high on the Cubs. In fact, a big fat I told you so.
They've really started to get into a really good groove. I've been, you pat yourself on the back, and I was a little nervous.
Not too hard, Craig.
They started a little. They a little bit of rough. Like, May was a terrible month for that organization. Dan, what do you think about the Cubs?
I've never really liked the Cubs, but that's wish I could go back to 2015, put some money on the Cubbies. Was it 2016? Yeah, I know, right? That'd have been cool though, if Back to the Future would have called that. No, I like PCA, obviously. I mean, we're obviously about that, but like their pitching seems inconsistent, doesn't it? A little bit. Justin Steele, great name,
That's a poor name.
Seems like he might be in the, I was going to say that, yeah, he might be in the adult film pictures. Justin Steele. Yeah, no, but not the best pitcher. He was a couple years ago. Maybe it's because people hadn't seen the stuff. Obviously, people adjust. Nestor Cortez, perfect example. Out of the league. Nestor, not a thing anymore. And that's because he used all the deception stuff, right? And that's, people were like, oh, we just caught on to that. So like, Now we see you only have a 91 mile-an-hour fastball, Nestor. Now we see it. But yeah, the Cubs, inconsistency maybe might get them. Just because Craig saw him live, he's like, they're the best team ever. But I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
I'm honestly a little disappointed with the way that the Cubs look this year. I had them. I don't know if it's just because the Cubs are kind of a second team for me. That I kind of held them to a higher standard. They were looking a lot better, and clearly they were helped by the fact that they don't have Craig Breslow in their front office anymore, because they definitely have done better as a team. And unfortunately, now he's in our front office. I'm trying to see if we can just trade him back for a couple of deep dish pizzas. Like, I don't know. Like, somebody from Chicago, call me, please. All of Boston will agree to this trade. Not two for each person in the city, or two deep dish pizzas. You can just send those to my house. Most of those people like that New York crap anyway. For Craig Breslow. Like, that's where I'm at with it. I'd even take one good one from Giordano's. Like, if you're just giving me a crappy one, I want two. Giordano's, I'll take one.
I'm also I'm with you on the deep dish thing. I don't think the New York pizza is like the best. I mean, I'm sure it's great, but like I would rather have me a deep dish Chicago style for sure. I think that's pretty like, yeah. I don't like the big slice thing. It's kind of weird. Like, I'm sure it's fine. Like, I've never actually had any, but I'm sure it's fine. It's pizza,
it's like
you know,
warm cardboard with spaghetti sauce and rubber cheese.
A little bit of marinara.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I just like for the Cubs. I think they're going to be one of those teams that looks good going into the playoffs and is just going to fall out. I think they make the postseason. I think they're a consistent wild card team, because I don't think anybody's taken the one seed away from the Brewers at this point, as far as the NL Central is concerned. But I don't think the Cubs make it past the first round.
Real quick, Tone, can we just talk about, like, kind of in the same subject, the Cubs and then the Tampa Bay Rays? So, like, what's going on? Why are people not stealing all of the Tampa Bay Rays management and everybody from them? Like, because this is a team that has an $110 million payroll, and they're leading the AL East. They're in the race every year. They bring up guys like Junior Caminero and like all these guys like Caballero, who we're benefiting from now. But like there must be a precedent set in that clubhouse that everyone just plays hard. Like, we're just going to win games. Like, there's no, like, and what better, like, management are you trying to get? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's amazing. Kevin Cash is a stud.
Think about this for a second, Dan. You leave the Trop. You're minutes away from the beach. You go to the beach. It's beautiful brown-skinned women walking around in bikinis year-round.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to leave there either. Like, look, you're going to pay my bills, and that's what I get to see, except for the 6 hours a day I'm at work. Okay.
Right. And the weird part is, like, the weird part is where you work at is usually the sunny part. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's usually the outside sunny part, is playing baseball, and you go inside to play baseball. But when you get outside, it's better. It's just a weird, like, dynamic, because you would think, like, oh, baseball, like, nice weather, like, you're playing outside. It's summertime, right? And like, nope, we're going inside. We're going to go inside this weird sphere-shaped thing. Yeah, and like,
no, you're right. Well, for me, like, the last thing I'll say on it, with the Rays, it's the bigger question is how's it going to change when they inevitably move, because they still can't nail down a stadium deal. It's inevitable that they're going to end up moving to Orlando. I think it's a matter of when, not if, in my opinion. In the next 10 years, the process at least starts. So how does that organization change when they move? Because if I'm right, and the area has something to do with it, because I've heard a lot of good things about Tampa. Most of the Florida man stuff you hear about Florida is either Orlando or Central Florida. So
right,
you're not getting the same environment in Tampa, and I think that makes a difference. Also, like, Miami, like, there's a lot going on in Miami that, you know, like, Miami just smells nice, if you know what I mean. So, like, you don't really have attention to playing baseball there. But when you look at the Rays, they're consistent. You're right. Their management should be hot commodities. But the managers that leave the Rays, for whatever reason, don't get the same results.
dude, because I think there's a culture set up there, and whoever like solidifies that culture on a daily basis, that's the person that you need to pay. You know what I'm saying? Like whoever it is, I don't know who it is. Like maybe it is. I think it's easy for managers to come in there and look like they're studs because it's already set up. You know what I'm saying? Like whoever is setting that up and keeping that precedent for that organization, that's the guy that you want. So I'd imagine that's what their GM. Like I don't even know what his name is. You know what I'm saying? Like so that's on me too, I guess.
He is at his
Like
job. We don't have to talk about him.
Right. Like he's so good. Like he blends in. Yeah.
All right, so working towards closer to the end of the show, we're probably going to hit some questions here in a second if you have any. Before we get to that, the All-Star rosters have officially been announced, much to the joy of the charter plane that would have flown him. Vladdy Jr. is staying home, and the Red Sox star Wilson Contreras has been added to take his place. The Miz, Shohei, and Skeens, all three will not pitch this year because of pit schedules. Now that the full rosters have been announced, and we know that guys like Nick Kurtz have been added as well, what are your thoughts on the official rosters? And is there anyone else that you think gets added? Dan.
Anybody else that gets added, I don't know about that. I mean, obviously there's going to be guys that get added because there's dudes that are going to say they're injured or whatever, right? They'll start doing that in a couple days. They'll say that they're injured or out or whatever. I'm super excited, but I don't think there's going to be any other ads that are surprising. There'll be a couple where we're like, how in the did that guy make an all-star team? But it'll be because he's like 7 down on the list. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there'll be like a couple of guys, which always kind of happens, which is great. Like they get to go to more guys at the all-star game. Yeah. And they're just hanging out too. Like even the guys who are injured are like hanging out there, So like you got selected for the all-star game. You're just not playing in the game, I think is how it goes. But Ben Rice having his dad throw to him at the home run derby is an interesting little thing. Ben Rice can hit the ball a mile. Strong young kid. He's going to take it real serious. He takes everything really serious. He looks like an 8-year-old on a 25-year-old's body. His head is fantastic. But yeah, he'll be having fun. So he'll probably take it pretty seriously too. So I he might win it. But the rosters are weird too. Like why is Vladimir Guerrero? He needs to back out just because on principle. Like just be like, nah, I'm injured for the All-Star. Vlad Guerrero Jr. I'm injured for the All-Star game.
He's
just to be polite.
I don't know. I appreciate
he's going to play.
I don't know. He's already said he's not playing.
He already said it. Okay.
Yeah, that's why Wilson Contreras got in this because he's not going.
I'm sorry. That's why you guys look confused. I missed that part.
For me, he hasn't earned it. That's the downside of fan vote is you get some stuff like that. Craig, what do you think, man?
Remember the movie Major League?
Yes.
And the manager's working a tire world. And
yes.
and general manager's trying to get him to come manage the Indians. And he's like, well, I don't know. Let me think about it. I'll get back to you. There's be players out there that'll be answering going, tire world. I'm not sure if I want to play or not,
Tire
a couple
world.
players, tire, I don't think, I'll throw a wild card out there for you. Jung-Hoo Lee from the Giants. He's one of the few that's had a pretty good season. Zach Wheeler, he can't pitch because of his scheduling, but he's earned a spot. He's had an all-star, season. But otherwise, I have no clue who's going to come up and take the places of players we know are going to be either have a tee time they can't get out of, or or just aren't feeling good and want the time off. But
keeping tee times is important, Craig.
Absolutely,
tee times is important.
But I think the line, the tire world will be left open. The calls will be incoming, and we'll see.
You saying Jesus can't hit a curveball? I maybe. I don't know.
Jesus would be a pitcher.
Yeah, probably.
I imagine like Jacob Mizorowski with like a beard and long hair. Same kind of thing. But he starts all 5 days. He starts all 5 days, and he only rests Sunday though.
He Sundays has Sunday games, but he takes.
He's your entire starting rotation besides Sunday. So if you have to play on Sunday, you got to figure out another guy. All right, because he's not there. He's out. But yeah, every other day he starts.
I've got to be a homer. Michael Wacha is a starting pitcher in the All-Star, AL All-Star team over Sonny Gray is total BS. If you look at just looking at the stat sheets, go watch the game film. You can't tell me that Michael Wacha is more deserving for the game to get in as a starting pitcher over Sonny Gray. I get that every team has to have somebody. That's what relief pitchers are for. A starting pitcher, that's a prestigious spot. And I get Michael Wacha. He used to pitch for the Red Sox. That's great. I watched him pitch this year. He got 8 up by the Red Sox on the game that I went to. Sonny Gray is actually one of the
walking out of that.
Sonny Gray is one of the best starting pitchers in the league, not in the American League, not named Cam Slater.
He has been, for sure.
And and there was a lot of jokes at the beginning of the year about Sonny Gray's performance. I got a numbered Sonny Gray card in the Top Series 1. And it's something of 50. So only a small amount of this variant. And it might have been worth the card stock it was printed on. Now,
you sent a picture of it to me and I was like, that's a good card if it wasn't Sonny Gray.
Exactly. but now I could go back into eBay and that's at least a $5 card.
Oh yeah, he's coming up. He's coming up.
And
his stock has risen.
9-1 on the year, a sub-3 ERA or sub 3.5 ERA at least. But I think it's a 2.96, but that may be Ranger Suarez. But sub 3.5 at least. And Michael Wacha has an ERA north of 4. 5-7 on the year, something like that.
Oh boy,
7-9, I don't know. Yeah,
who's Wacha play for?
The Royals.
Oh, that's their only All-Star?
Bobby.
Oh yeah, okay. And did you see that guy just got 12 straight hits for the Royals?
Oh yeah, actually we were
Taylor.
I talked about him.
Sorry if you had that.
I talked about him on the Morning Minute this morning. 12 straight hits in 12 consecutive plate appearances. His 13th in the bottom of the ninth or the top of the ninth inning in the game against the Mets yesterday was a fly ball, and that ended that streak. The last person to do it, his name was Johnny King in 1902.
That's craziness. So nobody panic on this guy though either, because if you watch all 12 hits, 8 of them are in the infield. He's just fast. He's just fast. Okay, that's literally just happened. Really he's really really fast, and so he 8 of them were literally infield hits. So they would just be too deep in the hole for the shortstop to throw it to first base because the dude's so fast. And I was like, oh okay, I understand if he's going foul pole to foul pole, 4 of those are home runs, and I'd be like okay, that's different. But no, there was he had one double out of 12. All 12 of those were one double, and then I think the rest of them were singles and infield singles. So yeah, let's not freak out on the Taylor guy.
Jared, no, I'm not even gonna dig.
Thin crust is under. It's mostly toppings when you go thin crust. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it tastes like cardboard with pizza sauce and rubbery cheese. I can't do New York style pizza.
Well, the thin crust.
All
is
right, hold on.
Style,
we never got Craig's take on the pizza. We're at the end of the show. We've got a little time. What do you think?
In the famous quote of my nephew, nope.
Nope.
Big time thin crust pizza for me. I don't like the Chicago style. No.
You're saying you do like the thin crust. You like the thin crust.
Thin crust, absolutely.
Martha,
I like the thin crust too. But
Martha is all about New York style. And I what was great though, we'll close it out with a story. So when my wife was pregnant with our son, her craving.
Good job.
I know. I found the hole one time.
It's debatable.
When my wife was pregnant with our son, her actual biggest craving was very simple. It was pizza. And where we lived at in Phoenix, it was around the corner. We were a block away from old Chicago's. Okay. And this old Chicago, every Thursday during happy hours, from 4 to 7, I think it was 3 to 6, something like that, half off deep dish pizzas. So we would go in every Thursday and get 3 of them. We would eat. Well, I would have 2 pieces and she would eat the rest of one there. And then we would take the other 2 home. She was pregnant. I don't judge. We would take the other 2 home, awesome. And that's what she would get her through. That's what would get her throughout the week when she had her pizza cravings. But she was furious that I would not drive the same distance the other direction to the Ray's Pizza that was right down the other way on the road that was all New York style because I would not eat it. Because the Rays that's there, everybody that I've talked to that's actually been in the area from New York has said it's the closest to authentic New York style they've seen in Phoenix. And that was really disappointing with me because it was disgusting and the sauce tasted horrible to me. I'm very much in favor of a heartier and not as sweet sauce like you get with a lot of the New York styles.
You just have a fatter soul, I think. You know what I'm saying? Like
I do have a fatter soul.
The Chicago just satisfies you more on like a meal basis. You're like, I only need 2 pieces. Like this, granted, the 2 pieces are half the pizza. It's 3 inches thick. Like it's this big. I might as well just eat an entire meatloaf. Yeah.
Hey, that's secret to a good meatloaf.
I only had 2 pieces. It's only 2 pieces.
Secret to a good meatloaf. Instead of ketchup, which I judge people that use ketchup on meatloaf, it's gross. Cream of mushroom soup, so much better.
That's a good call.
It's good flavor. I like it, but some people don't like mushrooms, and to those I say, grow up. Okay, I want to thank everyone for joining us. Don't forget if you missed any
kind of
mushrooms, don't forget if you missed any of tonight's show, you can catch it tomorrow wherever you get your podcast. If you don't find it there, DM me on the podcast name Deferred Facebook page after you like it, and I will work on it. We've got some big news coming up next week, so don't miss the episode. I'm going to be announcing a little bit of a change with the show coming up next week. I know Ando's going to be back with us as well, going over some baseball history stuff that I'm going to have him work on. But I appreciate my co-hosts with me as always, Dan Warner, Craig Newton. I appreciate you both. Thank you so much for tuning into Podcast Name Deferred, everybody. Have a good night. We'll see you next week.
Still trying to figure out how you lived in Phoenix and there was a Chicago around the corner. That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. What's that?